Yo guys, what is up? It's Rated R25 here, back again with another video. And today is our takeaways. 3 takeaways from NXT from March 25th. Actual wrestling on a WWE empty arena show. We cannot believe it. This is big time stuff.
It wasn't a promo heavy show. Get out of here. They actually did a wrestling on a wrestling show.
Yeah, and this is absolute insanity. But Rated R25, you know who I am. Co-host Michael Fuentemania. Again, whatever name you guys will say or would call him, he will go by. So remember that.
What up, Mox?
So guys, we're gonna get into this video. Before we do, remind you guys drop likes on these videos. This one, AEW, one that dropped right before this, and hit that subscribe, hit that like button, so you guys aren't missing none of the live streams that I'm doing when I'm playing Call of Duty, Fortnite, or my gaming videos, or whatever I'm dropping. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in that description below. Guys, remember to hit me up on there. But without further ado, let's get into this video. NXT 3 takeaways, March 25th. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So like we said in the beginning, there was actual wrestling compared to last week's episode where it was just video packages. Like if it was, we were watching network documentaries. This was actual wrestling, so they took a page out of AEW's book. Not saying about the hard cam, because the hard cam seemed on Monday Night Raw, but I don't think they took that from AEW. I think that's something they've done before. I've seen on NXT previously. I've seen a picture of it. But you know, whatever.
But like, was it actual wrestling on that show, or was it just like a NXT top 10 guys of the year or something?
It was NXT like awards, but I don't know.
That doesn't count, bro.
Whatever.
That doesn't count.
AEW's done it correctly, so now WWE's following toe, and they're showing the hard cams different, and now they're actually having wrestling matches. Let's see if it flies over to SmackDown and Raw. Well, that'll be interesting to see. Yeah, but so actual wrestling. So the first match of the night, Austin Theory, young blood right there. Young. Great look, a lot of potential in this guy. Very cocky motherfucker too. He's taking on Tyler Breeze. I really like Tyler Breeze. I've always liked him a lot. He has a tremendous personality, and when he's able to really exude that male model gimmick, it really comes off well. But Breeze gets the win, and you know, Tyler Breeze plays off the crowd a lot with his gimmick, so it kind of hurts a little bit. But match was what it was. Okay match, but good to see two guys that are underutilized. Well, one being brand new, and the other one has been underutilized, criminally underutilized for ages. And now he's back in NXT, and you can see him on TV. So
long match, good curtain jerker, solid start to the show.
Solid start to the show. Next match on the show was Killian Dane versus
the return. Right, he hasn't been around.
I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, the return of Killian Dane versus an unknown Tahuti Miles, his name, right? Another New Jersey guy. With
some of the best pizza in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
New Jersey.
Follow Barstool Sports for that, right? Now, this was it was a bit of a squash match. You know, it's just Dane trying to make him look more dominant. He's just kind of in a placeholder right now until he gets into his next feud. So you know, it was what it was. Not that great.
It was a squash.
Yeah, the Houthi Miles, a new guy, has a little bit of a swagger to him and all that. But let's see where he goes.
Kind of like Jason Derulo. Weird.
A little bit, yeah. He is. A backstory on him, really quick. What they said on air was that he's a former combat veteran. So thanks for his service, and also a former Maryland Terrapin football player. So has something in common there with Mojo Rawley.
And Boomer Esiason.
Who knows? And Boomer Esiason, yep. Next thing on the show was Cameron Grimes versus Tony Nese. Now continuing the fad of the show, whereas actual wrestling, right? You're getting guys out there to showcase themselves. Now, not to say the matches were good. They weren't all those really good matches on the show.
But there was something to watch.
But you're able to get these guys out there, see what they do, and you can basically base them off these matches, right? So if they're out there getting time and they're just not delivering, then you know this guy either needs more work or it's just not going to work out, right? So right now, Cameron Grimes is really – he's decent, but he's not really taking it to the next level. They're giving the opportunity, right? Because he had a match against Keith Lee.
He feels like a weak Adam Page, kind of what he feels like to me.
I guess. But, you know, it was good to see Tony Nese on TV. And, you know, Cameron Grimes, it's just he should be putting better matches together, but he's just not. He's not taking it to the next level, which he should.
Not polished.
Yeah, so let's see I don't know if he just needs more work. He's, you know, how green he is. But he just maybe needs more time, more reps in there. But it's good. This is what they should be doing on Raw and SmackDown, getting these guys that aren't the heavy hitters on the show, getting them out there, getting them time, getting them reps in front of the camera, and just making them play towards that camera, towards that hard cam, and getting him out there. But Cameron Grimes gets the win, and that's pretty much it. They continue to build him, you know, moving him forward. Next thing on the show, ladder match qualifier. It was supposed to be Aaliyah, who's been in NXT for feels like forever, versus
forever.
excuse me if I'm mispronouncing. I think it's called Xia Li, right?
I guess.
I think the pronunciation on that is Xia, right? So
who knows?
that was supposed to be the match for the qualifier for that 6-woman, number one contender ladder match, which will take place in 2 weeks on NXT on USA because Takeover being canceled. Now, Xia Li in the back crying because she got injured.
Yeah.
Somebody injured her, so who the hell knows who it was. And they announced a new opponent, and it's the return to Io Shirai. To compete, and she has the match against Aaliyah. Obviously, Io Shirai gets to win. We all knew
squash match too.
Yeah, it was a squash match. Yeah, but it was good to see a debut, a return, and Shirai gets to win, so she qualifies for that ladder match.
Big comeback, big way to come up and just make your presence known. I'm back in the ladder match.
Yeah, exactly. And she could be one of the favorites too to win that match too.
Yeah.
Now next thing on the show was takeaway number 1. We finally got to the first takeaway. A lot of stuff before this, but it's takeaway number 1, and this was a Keith Lee promo in the ring, talking about what happened 2 weeks ago, where him and Priest got into a little bit during the Cameron Grimes match, and then Priest hit Keith Lee with the nightstick. Dijakovic comes in for the save, but then Keith Lee power bombs Dijakovic, thinking it was he's the one that attacked him or whatever. That's the story behind this. Now Dijakovic comes out, and him and Keith Lee go at it a little bit in the ring talking, and then here comes Damien Priest, the man with the deepest voice right now in NXT, seems like. And basically he's there. This is it. They're laying down the challenge, the triple threat match that has been confirmed for next week for a North American title.
Which we knew was going to happen. We thought Cameron Grimes might be in there, but I feel like he's just, like we said earlier, he's fallen to the wayside a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the match. That it should be a good match. Anything Keith Lee is in is always good, so I think it should be a fun match. Yeah,
it should be definitely a fun match. I'm excited about it, but we all knew it was coming. Like I said, we thought Cameron Grimes was gonna be like a little wrench they're gonna throw in there.
Yeah, but
two heels versus 2 baby faces. But they're just gonna do the triple threat match. But it's good to see these guys, in a highlighted spot. Now I'm not sure if this was gonna happen at Takeover, but it will happen next week.
It's next week. It's not in 2 weeks.
No, it's next week. They announced it's gonna be next week. It's gonna be that match. Let's see. I mean, I want to see more out of Damien Priest.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan at the moment. His promo was kind of weak. It was kind of slow. He put so much charisma in him. It was just a guy with a deep voice and a stick, basically. Yeah. That's how I felt. Keith Lee is loaded with charisma, and he barely even says anything.
Yeah, he barely even says anything, but it comes off of him like that. Yeah, yep. Right about that. But and Dijakovic is like a not the greatest promo, but a really athletic guy in the ring.
Yeah,
and he's got a pretty decent look to him. So I'm not sure if he's a top tier talent, but
well, that last name is not making it to Raw or SmackDown because Vince is not having that.
He is not having that. Yeah, he's not having that. He's probably gonna call him Dominic or change his name entirely. I doubt he'll just drop the first and leave Dijakovic because it's harder to pronounce. Yeah, that's not something. He seems like an NXTer, like an NXT for life guy, which is fine because it is its own standalone third brand, and it's actually more to people, to the fan, it's more important than anything else basically. On WWE.
Like the real wrestling fans.
Yeah, I could see him challenging for the NXT heavyweight title. I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. They could end up revisiting because the feud between Dijakovic and Keith Lee's been going on for a while. Top notch matches, right? Now they have a title in there with the NXT North American title. They could end up going back to this later on, like a year or two down the road, where it's, let's say, Keith Lee the champion versus Dijakovic as the challenger.
And it has that built feud in. It excite people. It kind of like that Gargano Ciampa thing where they've had that long grind. They
not as much heat as that.
Of course, no. There's just like that long couple years of building this up to this is like the payoff. Yeah. But I love Keith Lee. I think that guy's put a rocket ship on that guy. He's gonna get more polish as a wrestler, more polish on the mic. That guy's gonna be to the moon. Telling you right now, big time star in Keith Lee.
Yep. And it's it's another good sign to see another person like of color or Hispanic, a black person, but now he's there, and it's another guy that's not just another they need more minorities or more people of color on the show in bigger spots. So it's good to see that and he's got everything needed to be a star and to be one of the top guys.
For sure.
And okay, so that was that. The next match on the show was Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan versus Shane Thorne and Brendan Vink.
The second guy, man.
Second appearance of Brendan Vink within 3 days. He was there on Monday Night Raw against the Street Profits, same team.
Who is this guy? Where'd he come from?
I don't know, but I
can't. On the Indies?
I have no idea. He seems like a guy that tried out for the has like maybe a collegiate background and tried out for the Performance Center, and he got signed. I don't like his look.
No,
I don't like the way he stands.
Lester, like it's his that's his gimmick, I guess, to look like just like super cheap creative wrestler guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, just if that's it, then okay, I'm behind that. But he looks just awkward out there. Doesn't look like he should be on TV.
Yeah, no, it's weird. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know why they have him out there again. I guess they're just trying to see him because they said it's his second televised match. His first televised match was against Raw on the Raw against
the champions.
Profits. Yeah, against the champs, right? So they're going against like an established tag team that we've seen for a bit of time. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, two guys that are really good workers in their own right, and strong style, stiff snug guys in the ring, right? And it's weird. I don't know why, but and Butch and Lorcan get the win, right? To defeat Thorne and Brendan Vink. I just can't stand the way he stands or the way he looks. I don't like him.
If you don't have elbow pads or wrist tape, you annoy me.
Yeah.
Like you just put some goddamn wrist tape on your wrist. You look like a weirdo. Like you're just a guy in your underwear and boots.
Talking about that, I mean, we'll get to that later, but like a guy like Matt Riddle, I really enjoy, and I think he's a star. But just the fact that he doesn't wear boots, I can't it drives me
that's
crazy.
Okay because he's the ultimate bro. It's just like he's a bro, and he's a UFC fighter, former MMA guy, and they never wear boots.
True, but it just throws me off in a wrestling ring.
Yeah,
okay. So that match, was what it was. Again, I don't know why Thorne and Vink are on TV so much. Well,
I think we're talking about way too much. Let's move on.
All right. So the next match of the show was the second ladder match qualifier of the night, and it was Candice LeRae versus Kayden Carter. A decent little match, nothing much here. A little bit more than a squash match. Candice LeRae
say one level above.
Yeah, Candice LeRae gets the win by submission, and she enters into that number one contenders match. Now, what they announced for next week as well is a second chance match for a bunch of different girls to try to get in this match. I think Dakota Kai will come out on top because for some reason, she lost that first match, right, which is kind of weird to me. And I think she's the favorite out of that group of women to make into the next match.
And I think if she gets in the match, she has to be one of the favorites to win the belt.
To win the match, to win the match to get to the title shot. To
get title shot.
So LeRae's in there, and there's one more spot left, and that'll be decided next week with all those women in one match to try to see who gets that the second chance shot to get back in the match. Next thing on the show was Matt Riddle, we spoke about him before, versus Roderick Strong. It was excited for this match. Two good guys in the ring. And it was a solid match. Now, this is takeaway number 2, but it's takeaway number 2 because what happened after the match.
Yeah.
So Riddle hits the bro Derek, gets the win. Play on Bo Derek, right? He gets the win. It was a good reason. Yeah, it was a good solid match. And then he's celebrating the ring, and here come these two ginormous
Samoan
I'm not sure if they're but they appeared like and their whole look, but whatever. I don't know where they're from.
They were definitely a play off the wall Samoans. They were like your typical Samoan look of how it used to be back in the day before The Rock and guys
But my main problem was this. Okay, so they had Malcolm. His name is Malcolm Bivens or Bivens show up. Right, he comes out. I heard he was a former editor at XXL magazine.
Whatever that means.
Yeah. So now he's in NXT. I never heard of him before this, but he's there. He comes out. And he says that, these are the two new guys that are going to dominate the tag team division, but he never says who they are, what their name. Yep. The announcers don't even say their name. They don't know who they are.
No.
Right? So I couldn't tell where they're from.
And they were green as shit. Like some of those hits were like a rough. I feel bad for Riddle. These guys look like the fuck they were doing.
They looked like they were pretty off on that.
Yeah, that or they were just like super excited and they were and Triple H probably go out there and just beat someo's ass. And I guess that's what they made it look like. So there's that. But it looked rough. It looked rough.
It looked bad. Yeah, there was one spot where he Irish whips. He tries to Irish whip Matt Riddle into the corner, and that was just a disaster. It looked bad,
And they're getting a hell of a push to come out. They're already in the tag team title.
So so I'm saying, so he's says they're gonna take over the tag team division now. They're going after the champs. First thing is they're going after the champs, right there, right? There's no Pete Dunne around, so they go after Matt Riddle. Now, I assume that they will not get an immediate tag team title shot.
I mean, I just like what happened to the Grizzled Young Vets, Roderick, the Undisputed Era, Like,
so I don't think these guys are gonna leapfrog them, but it's weird for them to make an impact. I mean, you want them to make an impact, but these guys just seem super, super like green, and they don't look like they're polished enough.
But they were building up the Grizzled Young Vets and the Undisputed Era like against the Matt Riddle, the Bruiserweight and stuff. So it just kind of feels like we're just throwing this in randomly. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It's weird. Yeah. You know, I never seen Bivens before. I'm not familiar with him previously. I'm hearing that he's good. He's a good manager and all that. But here NXT likes to have managers, which is good. It's a lost art nowadays.
I mean, I always like a manager. It has that extra part that you can play with. You know,
Yeah,
it's
to
another
the
toy.
match, to the matches and stuff like that. But these guys, they just seem like, I mean, yeah, they don't introduce them. They don't say their names. The announcers didn't even say their names, so we don't know who they are. But we'll get to see them, and we'll get to see where they're from. You know, I guess they're Samoan. I'm not sure, but we'll find that out. Next thing on the show, let's take number 3 of the night is the finale of the show. Is Triple H out in the ring cutting a promo, and here comes Tommaso Ciampa, and then they call out Johnny Gargano. Now, Triple H prefaced this as saying that there's going to be no physicality whatsoever because they supposedly almost got fired because of them destroying the whole performance center and the gym and all that stuff when they had that brawl 2 weeks ago. And basically, this whole thing was just talking about like setting up a match between them, and that will end the feud.
Forever.
Right now. Yeah, forever. But they'll probably go back to
or both of you guys get fired, or you won't be
now,
NXT.
Who knows if this means whoever loses or wins goes up to the main roster? Because they're fighting basically to see who's the heart and soul of NXT, right? That's the whole gripe behind, like the whole thing behind this is like whoever wins this is the heart and soul, the man in NXT and the face of NXT. And I guess the other guy goes to another show. He goes to the main roster. He goes to SmackDown or Raw. And they set it up for 2 weeks time. In 2 weeks time, they're going to have a match, I guess, in a different location.
A different empty arena?
Yeah, because they're already in empty arenas now.
That makes sense.
Right? So in 2 weeks, there's gonna be matches that were.
And Triple H is like, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna send you guys a text of where to meet. Like it's like, all right, bro, just like what is it? It's already empty, guys. What are we talking about? Unless it's gonna be in a random warehouse somewhere.
I see what I can think of, because when you send somebody a location, it's usually like text them a secret location. It's like a warehouse or some abandoned spot.
Unless it's like where Bray Wyatt's house was. Remember when Randy burned it? Maybe around there.
The ashes are on top of Bray Wyatt's home.
Yeah,
so I guess they'll do it there. It's gonna be weird. I'm not really sure what that's gonna be about. We're obviously gonna get an awesome match between the two,
of course.
But I'm not sure if it's gonna be like, okay, in an undisclosed location with a referee and boom, they just have a match in there.
I don't think I needed all that. That was kind of dramatic. I'm just fine with them just being on an event in 2 weeks like everybody else.
Because he kept saying, right, so Triple H kept saying that, this match needs to take place on a big stage, right?
Yeah.
Where we're at right now in the world, it can't, right? It has to happen in an empty arena. So the fact that he keeps playing up that it needs to be like in a secret location or special location with no fans, I mean, you're already doing that now, so it's silly. It comes off silly,
Yeah, it just comes off like, I get it if people were going to be there, but people aren't going to be there for the foreseeable future. It's like this is going to go till like the summer at least. We're not going to have people at events, so this doesn't make any sense. It's just stupid. You have an empty arena to go to another empty arena. Like that's what you came up with.
Yeah.
All this match needed was them two in the ring. That's it.
Yeah. It came off a little silly, but it was a really good segment. Anyways, other than that, that was the only thing. If you're nitpicking, it would be just that, because they went a little bit too much into that, and then they're already fighting in empty arenas now, so. It makes no sense. But that match will take place in 2 weeks' time in an undisclosed area, location, wherever the hell it's going to be. I don't know I don't know if there's going to be a stipulation to the match or not. I think it's going to be like a regular, just, probably no DQ match or something like that. Because they'll probably take some big bumps and all that stuff.
Well, it's empty arena, though. They'll probably use the empty everything, or empty wherever the fuck else they're going to be.
Yeah. So, they got in trouble for breaking up the performance center.
As they should.
As they should, yeah, because you can't do that type of shit.
They hit fans, and they fucking jumped off a thing into a table, and they're destroying perfectly good workout equipment. Jesus.
Yeah. So, but we all know we're going to get a good match out of these two, and that will take place in 2 weeks' time. That was the stipulation there that Johnny Gargano needed 2 weeks to get.
And this is after Mania, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah, after Mania, but yeah, pretty much after Mania. So it is what it is. We'll get to see that match, and we'll get to see what happens after. That's what I'm interested in most, to see what happens afterwards. Is somebody moving to another show or what? Because, how can they be on the same show, but then you want to end this now? The stipulation saying, and them really going into the detail about this has to end now. It can't continue. So that means somebody has to leave after this match. It's kind of like a loser leaves town match.
Who's it going to be? Write it down in the comments. Who's it going to be?
Yeah, who do you guys think is going to win this match, and what do you think is going to happen to the guy who loses after this, right? Because that's what seems like. It's going to be a loser leaves town type of stipulation match. The guy, basically, whoever loses the match cannot stay on NXT base. That's what it seems like.
That's what it is. We'll see where it goes. Again, WrestleMania season is after WrestleMania season. Everybody goes different places, and they want to shake everything up. So maybe we see Gargano, Ciampa. I think it's going to be Ciampa that goes. That's my guess. But what's your guess? I
think it's going to be Gargano that goes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Gargano. I think Ciampa still has like unfinished business with the title.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think they're not going to move him yet.
I just feel like Gargano's more the polished star that would go up there and have better matches, better promos. I just think he's more polished for the for Raw SmackDown. Just for Vince's, Vince and Paulie and Bruce Pritchard's kind of vibe. But what do I know?
We'll see what happens with that. But guys, that's the video for today. That is NXT. Our 3
Jesus
takeaways.
Christ, guy.
Okay.
Again, we just did this 10 minutes ago.
Okay,
crying out loud.
I forgot the segment. I'll do it. I forgot the segment. The shit that sucked. I always forget this. It's a segment I created. I thought of. It's my brainchild for this.
And you can't remember shit.
I keep forgetting. Now, the shit that sucked, I think, obviously, is going to go back to that new tag team because they didn't announce who they were. No names, no tag team name. And you don't know anything about them. They just show up and take out one of the champs for the tag team title. And to me, it felt flat. Because
we've seen this gimmick a million times before. I feel like, do we need to bring this back? This like Polynesian, like savage look.
Yeah, the classic Samoan look that they give them no shoes and the tights and stuff like that. It's real like tribal.
Like all they're missing was the coconuts.
Yeah, right. So it's a wild Samoan type look. And you don't need to be still doing that gimmick. They keep doing it,
especially when we got guys like Roman and we got we've had Samoan Dynasty. Like it's we don't need that.
Yeah. And like you look at the guys like the Usos, they started similar to that look,
but they kept like a still cool vibe.
Yeah, they changed it a little bit when they had the shorts and the face paint. Now they got the cool hip look that they have now, which everybody I think likes better. But yeah, that's shit that sucked, guys. This tag team, who knows who they are, who knows why they're there, and who knows what their names are, because God knows nobody knows what the hell their names are.
God knows if we'll see them next week. Who
knows? And hopefully they're not immediately put in the title picture. That's why I don't understand why they had them take down one half of the champs in Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
But guys, that's the shit that sucked from NXT. That's the video for today. 3 takeaways from NXT from March 25th. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll catch you guys later. Remember, if it doesn't work for you, bro, do not do that job.
Later, Marks.